My name is Tara. I'm a technologist here with DSM Sleep Specialists, and you've most likely just had an office visit with a physician here who's ordered a home sleep test for you. A technologist would have called you and scheduled this appointment. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to use the device. It's going to come in a kit like this. So you want to make sure that this part, the writing, is facing away from you. The button should be facing out, the silver piece up towards your chin. This is the right placement. This is the wrong placement. The ends are universal, and they're going to snap in to either side of the device. You can plug this side into this side, or vice versa, backwards or forwards. There's really no right or wrong way to plug this in. The only advice I can give is make sure that this piece is facing away from you for comfort reasons. I'll still have a good study in the morning, but you may end up with a red mark if it's facing towards you. So I'm going to put this around me. I'm going to plug this end in. I want to make sure that these are completely flush with the device. Even if one side is sticking out, it could potentially affect the way the device runs. So for example, I don't want one end out. I want them both flush into the device. You should hear a click. You'll begin to see a spinning green light here. This spinning light indicates that the device is powered on. It will continue to spin through boot up, and when it's fully powered on, this light stops and this light will start. There's a series of 3 lights that represent the 3 pieces of equipment that we need to hook up. You can see here that I now have a green light for the belt, indicating that this is hooked up correctly. The next light I have is a symbol of a face, and it's telling me to put the cannula in my nose. There is a right and wrong way to put a cannula in your nose. So it is a little difficult to see, but there's a natural curvature to the cannula. And when I put this in my nose, I want to make sure I'm putting in like this and not up like this. So I'm going to put this into my nose. It tickles a little bit, and you're going to wrap this around each ear. There's a cuff right here, and I'm going to move this up underneath my chin. It doesn't have to be super tight, just enough to kind of keep the device or the cannula from moving. The end of this is what's going to connect to my device. It's going to twist on to the silver piece here, just like I'm trying to tighten down a water bottle cap. When it's completely snug, it won't turn anymore, and it won't pull off the device easily. The last piece I'm going to put on is the finger sensor. Any finger is fine, no thumbs. Index finger is best. So when I look down at my device now, I'll see that I have 3 green lights indicating that each piece of equipment is on correctly. And then I have a full circle here. This indicates, it's kind of my check mark stating that everything is hooked up correctly. Over the next few minutes, we'll begin to notice that each light begins to disappear and the device will go completely dark. Many times patients misinterpret this as something bad. They feel that the lights have turned off, so clearly the device is not working. And what we want is for the device to be dark while you're sleeping. The tape that's in the kit, this is Coban. It's going to wrap around your finger, around the cable. We don't want to put it on the gray piece, for example, because that will warp the design of the piece. It actually makes it come off easier. And this does not have to be super tight, just to prevent movement. You'll also have 2 pieces of tape in the kit. This tape is designed to go over your cheeks to hold this cannula in place. If you have a tape allergy, please do not use this. Just tightening this underneath the chin will work just fine. If you don't want to use the tape, it's not necessary. We just include it if you want it. I look down at my device now. All the lights are gone. So this means I'm ready to go to sleep. My goal is to sleep for at least 6 hours. More is better. If you get up to use the restroom during the night for any reason, you're just going to take one piece off. Everything else will stay on. I'm going to take this piece off and I'm going to tuck it into my belt like this. That way I don't trip on it. And you'll notice that as soon as I do that, a light returns flashing yellow to indicate that something has come off. I'm going to use that light to help me know when I've hooked the piece of equipment up correctly. This light will resume turning green, and then the lights will again disappear. I want you to use the lights with a grain of salt. So for example, if you turn to a different position during the night and the lights start to flash, but everything seems to be on, you're probably good. I'd rather have you have a good night's sleep than me have a good sleep study. If you can wear this multiple nights, that's great, but only one night's required. If you do want to use the device 2 nights, then I'll ask that you just call our office if that hasn't been prearranged so that we can change the return date of your device. Typically, we like to have this back by 9 a.m. the next morning, unless it's a Thursday, and then you can keep the device over the weekend. Once my testing time is over, you are going to take everything off here. So first thing I'm going to start with is this piece. Take this out from behind my ears and take it out of my nose. I'm going to throw this piece away if I'm not doing multiple nights of testing. I'm going to take this piece off. It can just fall to the floor. It's not going to hurt anything. This is always attached. You don't need to pull this part out. The last thing I'm going to disconnect is the belt, and I'm going to do that by pushing here and here like a pair of tweezers to release this clip. You'll notice now that even though the belt has been disconnected, that the lights are still flashing. It'll do this for the next 30 minutes. It'll power itself down. And so you're good to go. You're able to return this. If you have any questions during the night of your test, we do have a night crew here that can answer those for you. That number is listed on the top of the container and also in the paperwork that comes with your home sleep test. You can also call this number in the morning if you need to reach a day technologist like me, if you have any questions. So for example, a piece came off, what do I do? And I didn't realize it until later. And if you want to wear it another night, you can call and ask if you want to keep it for another day. When you're all done with testing, everything is going to go back in the case. The tape, of course, can be thrown away. The cannula here, this can be thrown away as well. We don't need this back. And then the device itself, we're going to wrap up with a bubble wrap. Doesn't have to be fancy. There's no certain way to do this. And this is ready to come back to us. The results for your home sleep test are determined after we download it. So we actually have to have the device in our hands to do that. To return this, you're going to return it in the black receptacle that's downstairs in front of the building. It's very large. You can't miss it when you come in. It almost looks like a return at a library. Drop it in there. A technologist will get this to our score and then to a doctor to review the results, and we will call you. Unfortunately, there's no set time of when we do call patients for the results of their home sleep test. We kind of move the people who have very severe apnea up towards the top of the list, and then we'll call patients going forward. Thank you so much for choosing DSM Sleep Specialist. Please call us if you have any questions the following day. We'll be happy to answer that. And also call the number during the night if you have any questions. Thank you.